This is PARCC Training 2, Test Administration. Each day of testing, you will receive your test materials from the Site Test Coordinator. Verify the schedule of times for the day's sessions, including roster of students testing. Review the list of students needing accessibility features and accommodations. You will receive student testing tickets, these are secure materials, and the testing accountability form from the school test coordinator, and track receipt using the computer-based chain of custody form. When your testing environment is ready and you are prepared to begin testing, you will manage the test session in Pearson Access Next. By now you know that there are two Pearson Access Next sites, the training site and the live or operational site. For the official PARCC administration, we will be using the operational site, which has the black banner. To log into Pearson Access Next, open the Google Chrome browser. Again, please do not use Internet Explorer. Open the Google Chrome browser. Go to www.wtps.org. Click on Staff, then click on the link for Pearson Access Next. Again, the site should have a black banner at the top indicating that this is the operational site. Your Pearson Access Next account has already been created for you when we conducted the infrastructure trial. If you forgot your password, please click on the Forgot Password link and follow the instructions. Please record your password in a location that is easily accessible during testing. If you still cannot log in, please contact your STC who will reset your password for you. Please make sure that you sign in to Pearson Access Next before the day of testing to make sure that your sign-in and password work. When you're ready to log in to Pearson Access Next, click the green Sign In button and then enter your credentials. Remember that your username is your email address. Once you have entered your credentials, then click Sign In. First, you must find your test session. To find your test session, click on Select an Action under the Testing tab. Then click on Sessions. You can find your test session in one of two ways. Your test session will most likely be your last name and/or assessment location. You can type your session name and click on Search. Or you can click the arrow to the right of Search and click on Show All Results. This will show you all of the test sessions for your school. Once you have located your test session, please click on the box to the left of the name, then click on Go to Students and Sessions to begin to manage your test session. Once you get to your Students in Session page, you will not see your students immediately. First, you need to select your session name from the session list on the left. Once you click on the name, you will be able to see all of your students to monitor them for testing. Please note, for purposes of this video, I am using the infrastructure trial site. Therefore, you will not see any student information. In the operational site, you will have your students' first and last name and appropriate information. You will notice that the Site Test Coordinator has already started the session for you remotely. At no point during testing will you need to click on Stop. At this point, you will need to unlock the unit you are testing that day to give students access to the test. This takes the place of seal codes that we used last year. To do this, move the slide bar to the right towards the unlock symbol. Only one unit may be unlocked at a time. Now all students should have a gray ready next to their name, but without the padlock. That means the students are ready to log in and begin the test. At this point, you can read the test directions for that day and begin testing. Students will sign into TestNav using their student username and password listed on the student testing ticket. Students now have easier access to TestNav through an app on their desktop. When using computers leading up to testing, if you do not see the app on the student desktop, please submit a help desk ticket. To enter the TestNav app, double-click on the icon. The TestNav app will take a few moments to load. This is because the TestNav app is accessing Pearson's server and not our local server. Once in the TestNav app, we will select New Jersey to begin testing. If perhaps the TestNav app is already on a different page or the student selects the wrong page, it's okay and easy to fix. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a little person with a drop-down arrow next to it. Click on the drop-down arrow, then click Choose a Different Customer. This will return you to the original selection page. Click on New Jersey to bring you to the correct sign-in page. At this point, students will test the audio. It is important to test the audio before the test begins because if students try to adjust the audio during testing, they may get exited from TestNav. Once students have tested the audio and adjusted appropriately, students will enter their username and password on their testing ticket into TestNav. Then they will click Sign In. Once students have logged into the test, they will see the available tests. The first unit should be in blue. If a student does not see the button in blue, please click on the Refresh button. Now that students are logged into TestNav and are actively testing, you will monitor their status on Pearson Access Next. In the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you will notice test status codes. Each one is color-coded. If a student is gray, that means they are ready. The student has not yet started the test. If a student is green, that means they are active. They've logged in and started the test. If a student is red, that means they are exited. The student has exited TestNav but has not submitted their test responses. This will require the test administrator to resume the student. If a student is in yellow, they have been resumed or resumed upload. If the student has been resumed, that means they have been authorized by the test administrator to resume the test. Resumed upload means that the student has been authorized to resume the test, and any responses saved locally can be uploaded when the student is ready to continue testing. The test administrator will prompt the student to upload saved responses. This typically occurs in the form of a dialog box on the student's desktop. Test administrators will follow the directions in the dialog box. If a student is in blue, they are either completed or marked complete. If they are completed, the test has been submitted by the student to TestNav and the data has been processed. Marked complete means the site test coordinator must mark a test complete when a student has exited TestNav and does not resume the same test. This will happen very rarely. For example, if a student begins testing and leaves the district, the site test coordinator will mark the test complete. You will notice that there are two codes underlined. These are the only two codes in which the test administrator must take action. Now we will review how to resume a student. If a student has exited and their test status is in red, they must be resumed to continue testing. The test administrator can do this in one of two ways. They can either click the arrow to the right of the box that says exited and then click on resume. If for whatever reason that doesn't work, you can click the box to the left of the student's name, click on select tasks, and click on resume student tests. Then click start. Find your student in the list and click on the box next to the red exited. Then click on Resume Student. Once you see the green success bar, you may go back to the tests by clicking on Exit Tasks. Remember, as students are testing, you should monitor the room to ensure that students are on task, and then every now and again, click on the Refresh button. When the allotted testing time is up, you will ask students to submit their answers and log out of TestNav. Therefore, no students should be in the green or active status. The only thing left to do is to lock the unit that you were in. You will do this by sliding the bar to the left towards the padlock. You are now ready to test the next unit. If it is the end of the day and you are finished with testing, you may log out of Pearson Access next. Again, there is no need to click Stop. To log out, in the upper right-hand corner, click the arrow next to the person and then click Sign Out. After testing is complete, collect all materials from students and track their return on the computer-based chain of custody form, including student testing tickets, scratch paper, or math reference sheets that have been written on. Remember, these are secure materials. Your STC will have to count these when you return them to him or her. Complete the testing accountability form, noting any student who was absent. Report any testing irregularity or security breach to the school test coordinator. Return all materials and forms to the school test coordinator. We appreciate your time and attention. If you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to contact your school test coordinator or tech to assist you. Thank you.